Good evening and welcome to Give to the Max. This is our stretch of the next 6 hours to really get going. But you know what? I'm going to bring Spencer over here real quick because we got to change this thermometer, Spencer. You guys out there have got us up to $39,018 at last look.
Woohoo!
39. The last time it was 35,702. It was really exciting that once Spencer and Sharon got off, that you guys were so glad to see them get off that camera that you boosted those numbers up. I told them, I said, it's because you guys got off the camera.
What was the final three?
But 39,018. But Judy, we're going to have our special guest coming in here in a minute, Judy MCCLURE, and everybody knows who Judy MCCLURE is out there, I'm guessing. The Bear Center has her name all over it, pretty much, from all the designs and everything that she got pressured to do, and had her job list, right? But the nice thing about it is I told Judy MCCLURE, I said, I think that while her and I are on, for Judy MCCLURE, you should hit $40,000. She would really be excited if we could hit $40,000 while she's standing here. And I think that, yeah, you see who I'm pointing at?
Right.
You could do this. Am I right?
Yeah, that one for sure.
Yeah, and you over there too.
Oh, right, yeah. Oh, I see that one too.
Well, duh.
Yeah.
And look at, come on, get your pocketbook out. See that one right there? Look at what they're drinking. That's some good champagne.
Yeah, well, it is late.
Yeah, it is. So let's give Judy MCCLURE a present, and let's Shocklin and be at 42,000 by the time 7 o'clock comes. Right?
Right.
So we're going to call Judy MCCLURE over here, who I can remember, Spencer, used to really kick something on getting this up here. Judy, come over here. Get that stool over here. Judy's going to sit on the stool here because that's when she does her best work. Is when she's sitting. Judy, say hi to everybody out there.
Hello, everyone. Greetings. I haven't talked to you in eons.
Eons, what does that mean?
Long.
Okay. I always wondered what eons meant, you know?
This is a numbers game, guys. I work on numbers, okay? We need $1,000 to get us to 40.
980, what is it?
Whatever.
$982.
Okay, but 100 people, throw an extra $10 in the pot, do it in the next hour, we'll have it.
Judy, for Judy
It's
MCCLURE.
It's doable. You guys, come on.
This is what I'm telling you. Spencer, where are you going? Spencer likes to drift away. He's like the High Plains drifter. Have you noticed that?
He is.
Yeah, Spencer, come on, join us.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we don't want her to them to think that it wasn't Spencer.
Oh.
Right? Because we all know that. Because that way you could say it wasn't you guys only. It was my eyes.
I can't believe that we're at where we're at now. It's like just phenomenal, you guys.
Look, do you see them? It's that group right there.
They're right there.
And that group over there.
Yep.
And look at that one up above in that high decking area.
I see
It's that group too. They're all over the place.
This is phenomenal. This is just such a big blessing.
How do you spell that?
Blessing?
No, phenomenal.
PHENON.
Anyway, we're okay.
Whatever it is.
But it's really great to have Judy here, and we can have fun with this. But really, it would be a great gift to her to get to that $40,000 while she was here. She's our special guest tonight, and it's great to have you here, Judy. You look around. And your signature's on a lot of stuff.
This is my second home, and it has been for 13 years.
So, how did you feel about Ted?
Scared.
Yes.
Very scared.
Yes.
Pray for that little boy, that big boy, because, man, we don't want to lose him. He is just the sweetest bear. I don't know. I just think he's the sweetest bear in the whole
He's a big
world.
old fluff pocket, ain't he?
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
He is, but, everybody wanted him, to do well. And we were all, I think, very worried because of his age, and tranquilized bears at that age, it's always a risk. And,
yes, a big risk.
And I talked to Lynn about it because he had called and told me what was going to
Yeah.
happen. And he said, but we've got the best experts. Yeah. Is it on?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. We've
Hey.
got the best experts doing it.
Yes,
down in the
absolutely,
cities. And
absolutely.
So, the confidence level was very high, but you can't help it. He's like your kid,
Yes.
You worry about him. And so I haven't heard how he's doing, like, in the last couple days or two. Can you tell me? Thumbs up? Yay.
Yeah, Sharon, she's right over there.
Good, Ted.
Look at her eyes. She can barely hold them open.
Sharon, I know you've been working really hard, and everybody.
Carolyn.
And Carolyn,
Yep.
everybody appreciates everything that you guys do, for all the bears. But
Yeah.
this winter it was especially for Ted. So.
They're saying hi and waving to her? Okay. So for those of you that have visited at the North American Bear Center, I can tell you that there was hours spent with Judy and Lynn walking around here and me watching them going, I hope they're getting something accomplished. But then you take a look at the Bear Center. I recall the day that this Bear Center was gutted. And you were like, and they're cutting the floors and the cement. We were talking about that earlier today. And there was dust everywhere. The place was destroyed. And you guys are like, this place ain't never going to be open by the time opening comes. And did we make it?
We made it.
Great job.
But I was here before the very first opening in 2007. And I came up, I was living in St. Cloud at the time.
Yeah.
And I was coming up twice a month on the weekends and volunteering. And I came up 5 days before that opening. And we were all scrambling like crazy to get those doors open the very first day.
Yeah.
And then when we started doing the extreme makeovers,
Yeah.
and, my involvement in that was like, oh, my goodness. But I can honestly say that I've learned so much working with Lynn over these years.
Yes.
And the time that I spend with him and I listen to him talking about his vision and what he wants to see happen.
Yes.
You really learn to anticipate. When I very first started working on exhibits, okay, he would come in with a new poster, and he would tell me where to put it. And I would ask him to show me where he wanted it around the exhibit, tell me where it belongs, so I could learn his thinking on placement. And after that, he just dropped them on my desk. And it was up to me. And once in a while, I'd have to call him and ask him. Because it's
and then once in a while, you'd sneak it your way.
But
and then tell him that that's what he wanted. I've been there. He did. She did it. I know she did.
The one thing that is so great about our Lynn's relationship and mine is it's always been based on respect. He's always allowed me to put my 2 cents in, and then he would explain the other side of the situation.
8 cents.
8 cents? I get 8 cents from him, 2 cents from me.
Well, he's where all this information came from and all the volunteers.
He's always said, I know a good idea when I hear it. And so sometimes, the things I would suggest would work out. Other times he'd explain why they didn't. And who was the commentator on TV that did the rest of the story? Who was, we all know who it was. Who was it?
Charles Krolt.
Not Krolt.
Oh, the rest of the story?
The rest of the story. Who said that?
Well, let's have our group help us out there, all the people out there who said, then this is the rest of the story.
Because for me, if I understand the rest of the story, then it'll make sense why.
Paul Harvey,
that's the guy. Yep, the rest of the story. Yep. And
Paul Harvey, have a good day.
So it makes sense when you know the
yes,
whole
it does.
story.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
And and you were an amazing listener, and I give you tons of credit for your patience of listening, because I'm not too good at that sometimes. And and that's just how it works. He's got a mind that just loves words, and he's got a group that helps him with those words. And then he rereads them and redoes them and rereads them. How many times you redo that 50 years of research?
Oh, my gosh. You don't
And then he's talking to Carol about redoing it again, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do. Save that for Spencer someday.
I have to admit, I did put my foot down a few times. I said, I'm not doing it again. There is nothing wrong with it. It's really well written. Just leave it alone. Go do something else.
and you know that's the fun stories.
Does the same thing.
and that's the fun stories that we've got about the North American Bear Center. There's so many stories and so many volunteers out there, and people that have helped over the years, donations, physical help, you name it, they've helped, haven't they?
Yep.
And it's fun to see the Bear Center evolve into what it is today, which is a state-of-the-art facility. And now we're going to take and turn that back area that we've been working on for 3 years, when all of a sudden, of course, COVID hit and everything else on top of that.
Right.
And now we're going to finally take care. What's so funny, Sharon?
So what's going to happen back there?
We're going to be putting, did you see the pictures?
Nope.
Good. We ain't going to show you them.
Figures.
If you turn around here, we got our Amazon wish list up on the TV. But do we have them? Do we have the rendering that we can show Judy? Have we hit 40,000 yet? While Judy's on, we got to do this while Judy's on, because otherwise Sharon's going to brag that she did it. You know, and that's what she's going to do, right?
I want the credit.
Yes.
I want the credit. Not that it's my doing.
Where are we at? Come on, we've got $600 to go.
Bunch of $10 or $20 extra, and we'll be home free.
So Spencer can hold this up to the camera after we show Judy, but
cool.
this is the building where you walk out. That would be Ted's enclosure.
Okay.
You'd walk along the fence just like you do now, where the down.
Okay.
They just showed this open so you can understand it.
Okay.
And then there's your other enclosures. Now those enclosures are going to have, and I know Sharon has talked about it, they're going to have their own new dens. Is what they're going to have, and there's been question asked, well, what are you going to make the dens out of? The dens are going to be made out of either wood, or they're going to be made out of cement. We really prefer wood, but a heavier duty plank wood. And then what we're going to surround them with is rocks, like you see Tasha's rock den, so that it looks extremely natural and it looks like it's out in the woods. That's a vision right now, but we're going to have to talk to Lynn and Sharon and all the powers that be to make sure that we're doing the right thing, because we want it to look natural. We don't really want them to have a cabin or a house. We want it to be warmer in the wintertime for them, or maybe cooler in the summer, where it's down a little bit lower, like the Tasha's den or Holly's den. They like them for two reasons. They're secure, and they like security. They're dark. That probably helps for winter sleeping, but it's dark out most of the day anyway, right? And then thirdly, it keeps them warm in the wintertime and cool in the summertime. They can use it for a cool spot.
Yeah, that's a big deal, because unbelievably, it's unbelievable
walk up to the
it can
camera and show that.
Get up here in the summertime.
Keep going, straight ahead, to your left. To your left. No, you to your left. There you go. You go up a little closer. You're doing a good job. Up a little bit.
Hold the picture.
There you go, right there.
Perfect.
Okay, as you see, if you look to the left of that, you'll see where you walk out of the building. That first pen would be Ted's pen. Now, people have said, well, gee, you retired pen. Yeah, thank you, Sharon. Keep doing that. That's good. And Ted's pen, where Sharon's finger is, she'll put her finger back on there, is right there. Folks have said, well, gee, you retired Ted up to the top to get him out of all the traffic and everything. Yes, we did. This would not make, believe it or not, he'd see people. And he would see people, but we're not going to necessarily stop at it all the time and make him run up all the time to the fence. It's just that he's going to be visible and he's going to enjoy people like he deserves to. He is a bear that loves people. We've also been told that with his teeth repairs that he's had, and I've seen it before in dogs, major difference. Once they come out of this and heal, they are different. The dogs are completely different. They're like they got full energy for a long time.
Well, Ted might have a new lease on life.
Ted's probably going to have a lot of energy, and he's going to feel good. This is a view of the enclosure from, if you were to go up to the far bunker dens and come back down, Sharon, yep, go that way, toward the building is what it would be. And there's the bunker number 4 right there. Bunker number 3 is next to it, or not bunker, but pen, then 2, then 1, right there. Do you see what I'm saying? 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1 would be Ted's. So we'd have 5. The reason why we'd have 5 is for a couple reasons. First reason is, if we got to let an enclosure rest, each one of them rest a little bit to make them look natural, we could do that. If we had a bear that we wanted to move into there, or if we got a cub, these are cub transfer. They can turn into a cub pen also.
That's
real
exciting.
easy.
Yes.
We got an update? I bet you we're at 40.
Where are we at?
39,723.
Less than $300.
So Spencer, get that picture up there because it's definitely
This is so
me and Judy McClure.
worth it, you guys.
And if you take a look, we're going to talk about this pen more because we want you to see it. Do you see that front lower gate area, Sharon? Put your finger back on there, please. And don't say that it was because of you that they got this because your finger was in there. But you can see that lower front area. That's where the guests would stand behind to look into the pens. There's about a 3-foot safe zone between that fence and the higher fence where the bears would be. Okay? Right in there. That's for the staff. That's for maintenance. That's for a number of different things.
Great idea.
It's a safe enclosure for staff. It's a safe enclosure for the bears, which is the main thing. It's very safe. Now, keep in mind, there is no tree showing, no foliage showing, or nothing. Not because we're going to make it look like it's been stripped. It's so that you can see the picture in what it's going to look like, that we've got it like that. This would go around most of our existing trees, if not all. And it still look very natural. Spencer, you're going to make me sick. I'm going to throw up. Drop it down a little bit. No, not that far. We're getting tired here. Somebody, is that a bear there or is that a tree? Oh, that's a tree. Okay, it looks like a bear's leg. See what I mean? The dark thing in the middle. But I got to tell you something. It looks, right now, if you were to look at it from this point of view, Judy, would you agree it looks a little busy?
Well, it looks barren.
It don't look like that at all, because if you turn around and you watch the TV, you'll see it more.
It's a whole wooded area that's going into.
Right, exactly. Thank you.
So that's going to be built into the woods that's already there.
And therefore, Sharon will have the shade that she wants for the bears, and the bears will have the shade they want. Plus, they'll have enough sun to where it keeps bacteria down. It keeps everything nice and healthy because, you can get things in the soil like blastomycosis and different things that grow in that. What's going on, Spencer? We got another update. Spencer can barely even...
We made it! Congratulations!
Just a second there. What happened? We got to be calm here. Yes!
40-0-68. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
And I know my wife is watching because she can't stay off this, so we made it. We're at 40, and no, I'm not coming home.
I'm not going to let him come home yet.
Judy, I think this was because of you. In this group, this group kicked it in. So we had 40 before 6:20.
Yay! Thank you, everybody. Oh, this is so wonderful.
Come on over here, Sharon.
So wonderful.
It's the whole group out there that we did that did this, isn't it, Spencer? I mean, it wasn't Spencer, but it was us. I'm kidding.
We're taking the credit, man.
Yeah, we are. You're right. It's a team effort.
Did way more than I did.
It's a team effort out there, and I hope.
Look
Look at the smile on the one over to the right.
Oh yeah.
Do you see that? And the one up look at the one in the center of the right. Look at.
Grinning because they did it.
Come on, you guys. Give yourself a hand.
This is awesome. Yay.
Who would have ever thought we'd hit 40,000 by 6:30?
I'm so happy.
In an economy that's a little bit odd, we made it.
We did it.
We just did a phenomenal job. You guys did a phenomenal job. We didn't do nothing but stand here and wear our lips out. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to say something, Carol? That was good. Good job.
I got nothing.
Yeah, you do. Come on.
Thank you, everybody. That's fantastic. So it is 6:18 bear time, and we have, 5 hours and 40 minutes left?
Yeah.
What's our new goal?
Keep going.
I'm going to ask
you might even get to 45.
Let's ask the folks out there. What should our goal be?
Yeah. What should our goal be about midnight?
Send a message to Spencer.
What should our new goal be?
What should our new goal be?
And as we wait, do.
I think Carolyn's watching chat. If anybody out there wants to give the North American Bear Center a call, we can answer the phone. We're here in 45.
Do I hear a 46?
I see 60K in the future.
Oh, man.
That would stress me out.
Okay, we got a 50K.
Well, you know,
52.
Let's make it.
That's your Jeopardy music.
We are. You know what? You know they really heard us talk about how tired we were and how we really are
you're
tired.
just a little punchy.
No, well, we haven't gotten much sleep since Ted, have we?
No,
Decided on
he's a
50.
little punchy.
I'm not saying that I'm not, but you are too.
I'm not denying that.
Do
I'm
you
not
want to
denying.
say something about this goal that we've reached?
50.
We're at what?
Who's they?
I mean,
Are the people who are going to be donating.
Wow.
50,000 is our new goal. In a couple of
Wow.
months, pushing to 60, but
Yeah.
oh,
5
hey,
hours.
50,000. I'm game.
5 hours.
I just
2,000
found
an
out that
hour? Yeah.
my daughter and my grandson and my granddaughter and well, Greg, you might even be watching. My son-in-law, we made it. Carter, we made it, and Ted's good.
Yay.
Ted's good. Carter knows Ted well.
Yeah, he does.
He does. And he's let's see, they're coming back with this. Let's see, we're getting texts on all kinds of stuff here. Kathy said we were at 39,868. Kathy, we're well past that. Now I just looked, and that's cool. And I bet you she's excited because she hasn't been feeling good neither. I'll tell you, we've had a lot of interesting stuff going on. Spencer, you want to say something?
Yeah, I do. I am real appreciative of this. We never get to this goal this early, and we sweat it out till 11, 12 o'clock. At least now, it can be more fun than it usually is because there's a lot of stress involved usually. But
Yep.
right, most of the stress is gone now. So thank you, all of you, especially you there and you there. Yeah, those two. Yeah. Oh man, I mean, we're real appreciative of everything. Thank you guys so much. That was awesome.
Anybody got any more bodily noises they can make that's not dirty? I mean, I don't want to smell any bad, you know.
That's a Lawrence
Yeah,
Welk trick.
it is. So anyway, Judy, what do you got to say? Yeah, where's the bubble?
Where's our bubble machine? So, well, you know what I was thinking as we were going through this is
Yeah.
that Sharon and I have watched the transition from 2007 of what the Bears had to begin with and how it's improved over the years.
Right.
And this is like giving them a Taj Mahal, you know. I mean, it's going to be wonderful for them.
Yes,
And
yes.
way better than anything that I would have.
And Judy, I'll let you know that the Taj will take a Mahal. And they're helping out with that Mahal that we're taking in to get this done.
These bears are everything for this Bear Center.
Is that cool?
And, you know, the fact that we are now focusing, you know, the income that you guys
What?
have given now the last few years, and it's all going back to them is just a super thing to be doing. And it's very impressive to the people that come. They are extremely
Yes.
impressed. They're not only impressed with what's inside, but they'll even be more impressed with what's outside. And
Yes.
that keeps them talking about the Bear Center, and it keeps more and more people coming, keeps them coming back every time they come to Ely for a vacation. So
And
this
then
is
they get
just
the message.
wonderful.
They get the message.
The message?
They get our message about the
Our
mission
okay.
statement
Our-
about the
our
Bear Center, which is
message, yep.
they get the truth
Well,
about what black bears are really like, or bears in general, you know?
if
right?
people
How
will
cool.
just
We
take
made
a
it.
little bit of time to educate themselves
We
about
made
the
it.
bears,
What are they saying?
people fear what they don't
They're thanking
understand.
everybody.
If you
I think
understand,
everybody's fantastic. They're thanking Sharon
you're
and
not
Judy
as
for being here from the beginning.
worried. Aw, that was nice.
That's very
That
nice.
was nice. I actually,
What
I act-
number Give to Max Day for you is this?
well, I've been here for everyone, but last year I couldn't come because of COVID,
Right,
and I was too sick last year.
Right,
but,
right.
yeah, I've been here, all of them, so everyone, I don't
So this
remember
is
what the
kinda-
first one was.
I mean, you started.
remember
You were
the
here
year.
for the first one, right?
Yep.
And you're here for this one,
Yep.
so I mean, you've
yep.
been here since the
Yep.
get-go. It's awesome.
Thank you.
We had to bring in.
I'm not sure if we started with this in 2007.
No, we didn't have
we
these
didn't- we
to
didn't have
begin
I remember
with. I don't
Judy
remember
Thone told me a
what
date, and I
year.
can't remember what it was. Judy, if you're out there watching it all, could you
Don't
let us know
remember
what
the
that date
year.
was? I know that probably
That we
Kathy knows
started
too,
them.
or one of them. They could let us know when the first Give to the Max actually
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
For
For us.
the Bear
Yeah,
Center, North
for
America. Well, who would we
Yeah.
want to know for?
I don't
Well, when was it? When was the first one for the Minnesota Zoo? I'm just kidding. For us. Well, really? I'm just kidding.
Just to give you guys, a little background.
We do have a lot of fun here, you know. We really do. No, I think we do. A lot of laughing, and laughing creates positive productivity and excitement. It carries over to our interns that did a fabulous job with our guests this year. 2009 is what we're hearing.
I was here.
You were here, of course, and so were you. You're like bear fossils.
So we had 12 of them taking, there was 13 years.
How cool is that, huh?
12 of them already.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
2009. You've been tired since. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I can't help but remember 2014 when you said we were going to do this for 24 hours, and I was like, okay.
Those first few years.
Oh, they were brutal.
We were here, from the evening before all night long, all the next day until midnight.
Oh.
And I don't know how the people did it. I really don't. I don't know if
All
I
that
ever
I can
stayed
tell you is my
quite that
voice was
long,
not
but,
matched to my lips.
We couldn't.
It was like
Too many jokes, none of them appropriate.
all of them appropriate. Just didn't, my lips just wouldn't work. Well, again, we thank everybody out there, and I hope everybody's been watching the live cam of Ted, and see that Ted is becoming back to be Ted.
Yep.
And and it's just great. They've heard his noises coming back, so he's happier. He's getting happier by. And say that he isn't getting amazing care. He's getting fabulous care. It's actually wow. It's wow. Yeah. Sharon and Carol and Spencer Care has been awesome. And I know that there's no worries with the bears. And we've actually talked about this a little bit in the office tonight about what makes a bear curator, what makes a bear keeper. It's heart, it's soul, it's caring.
It is.
In that, and it's also commitment and
Passion.
it's drive. And I got to tell you, the one thing that it really is it's relationship. And Sharon, you got all those. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
You really do.
Yep.
And we look for, well, how do we develop somebody someday to walk in those footsteps? Well, it's a tough one to say because it takes a long time. How do you develop a person to take a Judy McClure spot? How do you develop one to take any spot at any place? It's just heart, soul, and drive is what it is in my eyes.
Yep, you got to have the right
and good
person
training, yes.
and the willingness to learn.
Yep.
Right.
And I've said enough.
Well, I just again want to thank everybody. I mean, next year, we're going to have to get our goal by noon. This is ridiculous. Yeah, right. Yeah, just set new records every year. But thank you guys and girls so much. This is awesome and fantastic. We're going to have a lot of fun with the next few hours, I think. But, this was awesome, phenomenal, our best year yet.
Keep 'em great.
I think we'll just expect that from here on out, right?
I think so.
You guys are fantastic.
No, thanks. I know it was a special night. Judy,
Yes,
thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
It was fun to come back for one of these because it's been 2 years.
Well, you're welcome to stay till midnight.
I'll be asleep by then.
Hey, we have a tent. We have a tent right over here if you want to take a snooze.
And for those of you who don't know it, Judy is an amazing piano player. And she plays a gorgeous piano that's in her living room. What's that piano called?
It's a Yamaha Conservatory Grand 6-footer.
So would I call it a grand or a baby grand?
It's a full-size grand.
And it is a beautiful piece of instrument, I'll tell you. It is gorgeous. And these fingers, they've rolled along those keys for lots of years. And I understand, Are you making a tape with songs?
I am.
She wasn't expecting me to bring this
No.
up.
Actually October 16th, I recorded 3 hours worth of piano music.
On an 8-track tape. Just kidding.
Oh, who even? Never mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go there. My grandchildren, when they were up here for my family reunion a few years back, a couple of the girls said, "Grandma, you have got to leave us some piano music." And so I think you all know that I'm in stage 4 cancer, and it's it's pushing towards the end, and so it's like, okay, I got to get this done, and I got to get it done now. So I had a group from church because we've got great technical stuff at church, and a couple of the guys volunteered to help me. We are doing CDs, and then we also did one on a DVD. And I had started recording stuff at home, and of course at home I can do it. I can play it over and over and over till I get it as good as I want it. But I decided I didn't want to do that. I wanted a live performance. Mistakes and all are on the DVD and the CDs, and you're going to hear them because even teachers make mistakes. And the challenge is to get past them. You know, camouflage what you can and keep going. And so I had to do what I teach my students to do, and that's keep your concentration and keep rolling. So there's 3 hours of music there, and right now I'm getting ready to do about an hour and a quarter of Christmas music, and I'll record that.
Oh, nice.
There's someone who would like a copy of that.
That will only go on a CD. I won't.
Is White Christmas going to be on it?
Yes.
Oh, then I might have to buy it.
That's my most favorite.
I love that song.
All-time
Yes, me
Christmas
too.
song.
Rudolph is good too, though.
Yeah, it is. I'll play that one too. So
Frosty the Snowman.
Yep, that one too. Yep. So there's going to be about 15 of those old familiar sing-along type songs on there, and then probably about 15 piano arrangements of nice Christmas carols and stuff.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yep, I'm waiting for my technician to get back into town. He's working on his daughter's house down in Duluth. So.
All for only $19.95, and if you act now...
No.
Well, wait, there's more. She's also an airplane plane pilot. Did you know that?
What about auto warranty?
Did they know that you are a pilot?
Some people do. I was licensed when I was 27. And the reason, now this is interesting, the reason I got my pilot's license is because my first husband, when he was alive, his polka band played up here in Ely in the 70s.
The Shimoleski band.
No, it wasn't. It was Bob Dozak's band. But anyway, we had also come up for the sled dog races that winter. And driving home from the sled dog races, Frank looked across the front seat of the car at me and asked me, how would you like to learn to fly? And I probably looked at him like he had 2 heads, because it's like, where the heck did that come from? And so I said, if you want to learn to fly, you go to learn to fly. And he says, well, I don't have time, but you do. So the next week I went out, I took my introductory flight, and 3 months later I was a licensed pilot, and that summer I flew us up here to Ely.
That is really cool.
And, until I moved here, I was a pilot and flew search and rescue with Civil Air Patrol, and I also worked with the cadets and training the cadet squadron. And so, I've had a lot of really cool experiences with my flying career.
Well, I'll tell you what, there's a little bit of background of our friend and the person that you are able to get the $40,000 to in the last kick.
Yes,
I had this odd feeling earlier that we were going to have this push when she got here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and thanks to Spencer and Sharon, we got close, but it really thanks to you guys, and then Sharon, and then you were able to close it.
It made my day.
And you guys out there, thank you so much. We'll be back at 7 o'clock with Dr. Lynn Rogers and Donna, and we'll be able to surprise them.
Oh.
So what?
I promised them a story if we did.
Yeah, we'll do one story tonight. Yep. Yeah, we'll get there.
I can do it now.
Oh, well, then she's gonna do a story. She promised a story, and we keep our promises.
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So make sure you guys all stay awake while she's telling this.
Yeah, don't
because a lot of you been up with us a long time.
Yeah, they have.
They were last night too.
Back in the
okay.
office, everybody.
Okay.
Sharon's telling stories.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to,
Thank you.
I can't talk about. No, I want to sit on it. Now wait, where are you going? You said you were telling stories. No, go. I'm just going to tell one story here. So and everybody asked for the cherry pit story, and that's a cute story, but I'm not sure if anybody ever heard the one about. I've kept it pretty quiet, but a lot of people know, and a lot of people, especially Glenn Hooley, who used to be our janitor here, just razzes me about it every time that he has the opportunity. We're working. I used to work at the WRI, and take care of the groups there. And I was tired, and I came back here one night, one summer night. Judy Thone was our director, and at that time, and she had gone to New England for a fundraiser. It was kind of, I think, in the fall, as I remember. Anyway, I had fed Ted, and I obviously didn't shut his gate. And I was talking to Honey over, we still had the box den, and I was over talking to her, and I had fed her, and suddenly from my peripheral vision, I see this big black object behind me, kind of to the side and by the gate. And I turn around, and I look, and I almost had a heart attack right there and then, because Ted was standing looking at me on the other side of the gates in where the food shed was. So I quickly panic, and I pound on the window to tell Glenn, who was not real fond of being with the bears, but helped out when he could. I pounded and told him, get your butt over to the back door. So I went out the gate, and Ted's like, Ted, hi. And Glenn looked, opened the back door, and he goes, swear word, and closed the door. I said, open the door, go get Dan. Dan was our intern at the time. So me panicking, because Judy Thone was, I'm just talking about you, Judy, as you're watching, was very strict with us, and she ran a tight ship here. And my first thought was, if I get Ted back in, I'm going to die. I'm going to just be fired. So I quickly went into the food shed, leaving the door open because I'm so panicked. And then once I get a bowl of food, I'm thinking, oh my God, he could just come in and take over the whole food shed, and we'd never get him out. And he'd weigh another 1,000 pounds, aside from what he weighed at 600 pounds at that point. So I come back out, lock the door, and I show him his food dish. And he's like, oh, this is very interesting. Now you have to be Ted, because and everyone knows what a sweetheart he is. And so he sees the food dish, and he's like, oh, okay. So here's Ted, and I'm in front of him, and I'm going to lead him back now. He was in the first enclosure, of course, and I'm going to lead him back. Okay, Lucky's out. Lucky's out in the main enclosure with Honey Bear. And so we take a few steps, and he's coming, and then all of a sudden it's like he looked straight up into the sky like he had never seen the sky in his life. And he's like, whoa, where did that come from? And he is just absolutely mesmerized by the sky. Now here I'm in front of him, I have the bear sitting up on his haunches looking up in the air. Here comes Lucky down the mound, and I'm going, oh, there's going to be an interaction for sure. Well, Glenn came out and started giving Lucky bones, and Lucky was fine. Honey was fine. Ted, in the meantime, takes a few more steps towards his den, and I'm thinking, oh, this is great. This is really great. And then he stops again, sits up, and starts looking at the sky again. Okay, now we're about 40 minutes or so. I know the cameras are on, but what I didn't know was the cameras weren't working that day. And I'm thinking Judy Thone, Kathy Paulson, and I believe Myra, they're all watching me right now, and Judy's going to kill me. So I'm sweating bullets as I'm trying to get this bear to go back. So finally Dan comes out. I said, Dan, go open his gate, please, and get me a bigger bowl. So Dan went and got a bigger bowl of food, and now Ted is very interested in the food, and he's coming. I'm walking backwards. Forgot that the hose was draped across the walkway, and as I'm going backwards, I kind of trip, and I'm going, there goes the food, but I recovered it, and now we get to the point where Ted is at his den. And of course, he's not going to go. Thank God that the gates, there's two gates. There's a small man gate, and which is the one I left unlocked, and then there's the larger gate, which is opens, and so you can almost drive into it. And so we opened that wide up, and with the food, and Dan laughing so hard that he was bent over, Glenn taking pictures, who he probably still has the picture because I was so freaked out. And Glenn, if you're watching this, I'm still mad at you about that. Anyway, I finally get the bowl into the den. Ted walks in. Now this took approximately an hour and 15 minutes. So now I'm expecting I get Ted all taken care of, make sure the gates are locked. And by the way, I've only left the gate unlocked one other time since that point. But fortunately, it was a lock that didn't come unlocked. But anyway, I'm waiting for the call, the hack, the big wait for Judy Thone to call me and say, "You are fired." Well, fortunate for me, the cameras weren't on. But I had to explain what happened. So sweating it out, I make the phone calling. I called Judy. And fortunately, everything worked out for me okay. So I was happy about that. But that is probably one of the biggest adventures that Ted ever had. And it was all on me, and everything worked out. But to sweat bullets, yes, that's what I was doing. So I hope you like that story. I don't know if we will be back around 8 o'clock because Dr. Rogers is coming in soon. And we have $40,938. Thank you very much. And with that, I will have the cherry pit story and the marshmallow story later. Thank you all.